From Greece to Poland. Magda from class 2B, the language high school in Lemberg, didn't realize at first that she met a visitor from another planet because he looked quite ordinary. But he looked at her as if he knew exactly what he was told. A huge cat sitting under the windows of the school. Magda had seen him there for several months. No one knows where he came from, an ordinary stray cat, at least until the first time he spoke. It was Al, an alien traveling through Europe, who fell to Latvia together with a meteorite. He traveled a lot. He visited Latvia, Italy, and Greece. In Poland, he got out of a backpack brought from Greece by teachers and in the form of an animal he saw first. He sat on the school's courtyard under the windows of the school classes. He listened to the conversations of students who were unaware of this silent witness. He learned language and customs. At the beginning, he did not want to show that he is not an ordinary cat because he was afraid that the children would not behave naturally and would not know the truth about the country and school in which he landed. However, the students' behavior was so strange that he was afraid he would never understand them unless he asked about their causes. He chose Magda. Magda, after the first shock of talking to a cat, became his guide. The school was boiling with preparations for the arrival of guests from abroad. The Rolling Stone project had a stop in Poland. Magda was supposed to have a friend from Hungary at home, so she was also very excited. And here was such a surprise, a spaceman cat. All wanted to know everything, what the school and class looked like inside, what happened in the lessons until noon and afternoon classes. The school was tiny, so visiting it took Magda and Al one day. He liked the library in the attic very much. There he fell asleep between bookshelves and the sun of late summer warmed his bones. The children loved the cat at first sight. During each break they came running to the library to talk to him. And Al decided to do a very important task. Together with Magda, they prepared a plan for guests from 7 European countries during their stay in Poland. To play the role of the host, he became interested in the country in which he stopped. Here's what he found out. Poland is a country located in Central Europe. When it comes to size, Poland is on the 63rd place on Earth. It has borders with Germany, the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Ukraine, Belarus, Lithuania, and Russia. This location has had a rich history. Many battles and all politics about the territory of power, the fight for independence when Poland for more than a century disappeared from the map of Europe, and the largest migration of people from east to west after World War II. This is how the historical background could be described. The shape of the surface is also rich, from mountains with the highest peak Risse, 2,499 meters above sea level, through highlands, lowlands, lakes, depression, in Żuławy Wiślane, 1.8 meter below sea level, to the Baltic Sea. 2 of the largest rivers, the Vistula and the Oder, pass into the Baltic. There are many lakes, the largest of them Śniadwy, and the deepest Hańcza. On the rivers, there are beautiful cities such as Krakow, Warsaw, Wrocław, Poznań, Gdańsk, and Szczecin. Poland has 16 provinces. However, the division into regions Podhale, Kaszuby, Mazury, Śląsk, Pomorze is more popular. Each of them has its own culture and its own legends and myths. The important day came, the day when guests arrived. Both Al and Magda were very excited. Magda packed Al into a backpack and went to greet the guests. The first day was a bit stressful for Magda. She had a new friend at home and a lot was going on. The cat hidden in a backpack wanted her to know about everything. It looked strange at least, because only the kids knew that the cat was speaking in a human voice. Where are we going now? Who's this? What will happen now? These were asked questions. Magda patiently reported on the events. She was most afraid that Al might escape from the backpack while visiting the mayor of the city of Lemberg in the city hall. But Al was very polite. during the visit in the office and during the presentation of the myths of each country. In the evening, Al had more questions to ask Magda and Dora. Is it true that Paul Nipkow, called the creator of television, was born in your city? His ears stood like antennas. Yes, Al. Thanks to his discoveries, we can now watch TV, Magda replied proudly. Lemberg lies in the valley of the Reba River, right? At a level of approximately 20 meters above sea level. Al remembered what the children were saying during the trip around Lemberg. Lemberg covers the area of 18 square kilometers with a population of 35,000 residents. From our town, it is less than 30 kilometers to the seaside Weba with its port and yacht marina, as well as to the Słowiński National Park with unique dunes in Europe. The city starts at 65 kilometers to the east. The nearest seagoing port in Gdynia is 60 kilometers, and to the airport in Gdańsk about 80 kilometers. The city has beautiful landscape and nature. From the north and the south, Lemberg is surrounded by forests and hills. Forests occupy about 20% of the city's area. Thanks to its terrain, Lemberg has very attractive conditions, for example for cycling. There are also water sportsmen here. About 4 kilometers east of Lemberg lies Lubowicki Lake, surrounded by forests and the Weba River flowing through the city. What about history? Is it true that Lemberg was a German territory for a long time? Al asked. Yes, the history of Lemberg is closely related to the history of Poland and Germany. Lemberg impresses with monuments from this time: Sanctuary of St. Jacob, Church of the Blessed Virgin Mary of Poland, walls and defensive towers, Teutonic Castle, Town Hall, Mill and Miller's House, red brick houses. The girl could say more and more about monuments, but then there was a strange noise. Al and Dora slept soundly, snoring softly. Magda wanted to tell more about the famous Pomerian Way of St. Jacob, the Camino Trail, which leads through Lemberg and ends in Spain in Santiago de Compostela, but said she would tell them tomorrow. The next days passed very quickly. They were full of attractions. There was something going on. On the second day, Polish guests and students were in Owiec, an old Slavonic settlement in the Museum of Slavic Mythology. Girls were making clay balls and I was watching them from the backpack. The next day was the Słowiński National Park and the Baltic Sea, a long, exhausting hike and unforgettable views. After the rocket launcher museum, Al had a lot of questions to ask, so Magda whispered about the history of Pomeria during World War II. Gdańsk, Sopot, and the Amber Museum were a great day for the alien. Can Amber be found on my planet? I was asking. Magda could not answer that question, so I took a few Ambers just in case. The last day of the project was a workshop of beautiful handwriting in the Yav Cultural Center and Foreign Language Day at school. And in the afternoon, the participants got certificates of participation in the project. Al very much regretted that he did not get his certificate, so Magda thought it would be necessary to fix it quickly. Al was more and more sad and depressed. He knew that his time of visiting Poland was slowly coming to an end. On the one hand, he was very curious about new countries and next adventures in Great Europe, but on the other hand, he made friends with children from the school in Lemberg, and the warm library suited him best. He thought and sorted it out. He heard the teachers' conversations that the next meeting of friends would be in Turkey. So why travel alone through the whole of Europe? Thought the lazy alien cat. I will spend winter here. How? I'll think about it later. Al spent all winter in Poland. He visited a lot with Magda and her family. He met people, learned their language and customs. But when it started to get warmer, he was thinking more and more about the further journey. One day he just disappeared, and Magda found a note in the cat's bed. See you!